Maybe.
That one's me.
Hello. You want me to do it? I mean, I'm not sure who's supposed to be doing it now.
Oh, well, shoot. All right. Well, why don't you start us off and we'll just, I got all the links up, so we'll just go from there.
Okay. I don't have, you take care of the links. I'll take care of the talking, I guess. Anyway, so what's up, everybody? It's me, Trustarscreamer. And T-Man is mocking my cadence as we speak. And it is Thursday. And you know what that means. It is time. Oh, that's actually a lot better, actually.
There we go. Yeah.
That over there. That way we're not kind of like way too many
Not
faces.
too close.
Yeah, we get way too close. Even though we're like miles apart, I felt really claustrophobic. But anyway, let's try this again. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It is time for the FigureAction podcast. That's right, where we get to sit here and talk about toys that were meant for children, even though we're grown adults. I like to say thank you to everybody who is watching us live, everybody who's in the chat, and everybody on the replay squad. And if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if not, please tell other people about this show because we're trying to build up that viewership. Let other people know who we are. Dear God, you trying to give me an epileptic seizure there, T?
A little bit. Yeah, there we go.
You messed up his flow, man.
Dude, I've got my ADHD is on point this week, all right? And I'm sorry if I sound out of it. I have been working just about every damn day now for about 9 days straight now. So I'm a little punchy. I apologize. That is why when we start talking about the news and stuff, I don't know too much about what's going on because this man over here is the one who actually put that together. So that's speaking of that one, let's talk about the man. Let's talk about the myth. Let's talk about the legend. If you caught him on Tuesday, he had a fantastic live stream. If you have not, please check out his live stream from on the channel of Junkion Crafts and Builds. Mike, how are you doing? Did you get anything cool?
Oh, hey. Cool is a relative term this week because it's been hot as balls. But I'm also, like you, just tired just because I have been on streaming a lot this week. From Sunday being on the Shadow Moses 112 weekly podcast and talking printers and toys and just about myself, which is weird. And then thanks for the shout out on Tuesday, talking to Gavin Hignite and his Kickstarter with the Prisoner Ultimate Edition, which is a 112 scale 2-pack. And then last night on Unboxing Art, just bullshitting for a little bit. But yeah, this week has been move. And I guess we're going to do a little catch up from the past 2 weeks as well. So let's just roll right into what's here. So starting from Sunday, I'm sure everyone and their brother is getting their jeans. So got mine. I was picking up 2 because I wanted to do 1 in red, and then I saw Robo just did a play date where he painted his, so we're moving on from that. For $17, $17, you can get a Black Series Range Trooper. So, patience saves pennies or pockets or whatever it is. So, got that guy. Also found this at a Walmart in the wild, which I was surprised about, but picked up, I think, the coolest McFarlane figure I've ever held, and that is the Cyborg Superman. Looks really badass. Amazon, of course, has been sending everyone out the latest waves of Joe's. So Blowtorch, he's all right. From Maddie, I met him this evening, and he found a Dark Lawn for me. Again, decent, minus a couple things which I'll talk about. He also gave me a Range Viper, Range Viper. See, Dave, you got me going on that. A Frag Viper, which again, pretty cool. And Dave just put a video up about his copy. And then rounding out with the first one of the group that I picked up was Heavy Duty. Got him on Amazon. Main complaints for this wave. and 2 of them lie with this guy. Is the shoulders, I think, are too small for a big guy like this, and his feet are way too small for the size of his body. And I know that's kind of the notorious thing with the G.I. Joe team, but it's just one of those things that really strikes out to me. He's so buff up top, and then his legs are kind of small, but then those feet are just, I don't know, kind of annoying. Anyway, also coming in this week was Savage Crucible Kickstarter Wave 2 hit the house. So I got my Jaeger, which he is an amazingly sculpted and beautiful figure, and the Frazetta Ball and Chain Warrior, both really cool. And rounding out with our topic for this evening, last week was JoeFest, and I want to shout out a special friend who hooked me up and picked up a bunch of exclusives for me, including the Harvard Studios Collegiate Legends Army football player. Holy, the camera's going nuts. Army college player, the Fresh Monkey, Fresh Monkey Fiction Operation Monster Force exclusive Lieutenant Griffin Gray translucent figure, which goes with the purple one that I have from Islam. Yeah. And the very cool D13 exclusives. I got the OD Green Angel, and what I think is the coolest one of the 3 is he made his Roman soldier into a blue with red accents, Cobra Trooper style. And there was an exclusive 1 out of 50 options to get this helmet that slides over the head, but only 50 of them have like a silver paint job on instead of black. So overall, it's a really striking figure. It looks really cool. And one other item that is downstairs, but I will talk about that later in the news. But that's more than enough for things this weekend. Well, what about you, T? What did you get?
I almost got a heat stroke because it's been burning outside, but not literally, not literally. It's been 2 weeks. I hope I showed things that I actually got within the 2 weeks. I don't know if I showed this last time, but I got 2 of these dudes. Yay! Awesome.
Awesome.
They need a wash, definitely. They are whiter than white can be. And what else?
Do they find mayonnaise spicy?
Spicy? Probably.
That's pretty white.
I just heard a bad joke about that earlier. It was negative.
Nah.
But I also got Jean, and I didn't pose her ahead of time. But hey, everybody, I use my powers and faint in the cartoon. Blue Torch and Heavy Duty. I only complained about the arm length, but Mike sees all the other things that I'm gonna start noticing. And I also got Blanca.
Cool.
And I opened Sagat right here.
Yes.
I got from Hella Duke Toys. They use bubble wrap and paper packing at the same time.
You will not find a figure packaged better than them, period.
And tonight, I found this guy.
Skybite.
Yeah, I also saw Heat Wave, but I'm gonna wait. And I might have bought it if Mike would have told me to read that full email from Hasbro, where they said the snake armor was shipping soon, and then all the way at the bottom it says delayed till September. And it's like, why did you say shipping soon at the time? But I think that is it. How are you, Dave?
Well, aside from being majorly overworked, believe it or not, the purchases have actually been on the slower side for me. I mean, yes, just like everybody else, I got my Heavy Duty, and I do have a review up for him. I I really like him personally. I think it's one of my favorite figures. This hat is just so well done, except for the part of him not being able to look up. That's probably my biggest issue.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, I did pick up. They did arrive today. A couple of my own Frag Vipers, which again review is up today. Easiest thing I would say is if you liked the Mole Viper, you'll like this guy. If you like your silly trooper, you'll like this guy. As I put it, it's not an essential figure, but it's definitely a fun figure, and it does what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, oh boy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are
Let the
is
body
your
cool, man. Let the body cool.
is your right hand a little loose on your Frag Vipers? Like spinning around?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, it is, and it is. I will say it's not the easiest putting the scoop into his hand,
gotcha.
but we've had worse figures out. Absolutely, and again, I put this guy literally right up there with the hell. Am I
You're
frozen?
freezing.
Anyway,
You,
I
you were
put I said I put this guy right up there with the Mole Viper, as in it's unique, it's clever, it's silly. You don't need it, but it's really well done for what it's trying to do.
Does it at least have boot swivel?
Oh yeah.
Does he? Oh yeah, he does. He has those.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to
He's got
remember.
boot swivel. He's got all the articulation you want, T.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
I'm
of
trying to
those Vipers didn't have swivel. It made me mad.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
trying
we
to
know
figure
you.
out where he got these boots.
The
Those boots.
Televiper. No, the purple one. What was the purple one?
That's the Televiper.
No, that's
Yeah.
it. No, that's it. Well, which purple? Are you talking the Televapor, which is purple and blue, or are you talking the what the hell's the tech one?
Oh, the more recent one. It was a tech.
Yeah.
That Viper.
It's Techno Viper. Thank you, McLaren. Techno Viper. So, all right. Well,
We
that's
derailed Dave, or did you finish?
Yeah, that's
he's
it. That's the only
he's
two things I
listening.
got. I mean, anything else? BBTS hasn't shipped anything out to me yet.
Mhm.
Hasbro Pulse is slowly feeding me things. I should have gone Amazon. Which, by the way, if you haven't gone on Amazon, check out T-Man's link. You can get the Juggernaut on pre-order. And
There you go.
It's
All
on
right.
my
I did pre-order.
Facebook. T-Man 978 Chill Reviews on Facebook.
So
Absolutely.
And it's on my YouTube, to be honest.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on my YouTube community tab.
So I think the most
Good.
important thing we should do now is let's talk some toys.
Absolutely. Because we could bring up what was just stated, just for awareness, and that is, unfortunately, the Marvel Legends team had a big hit today with the departure of Brian Ting from the Legends team. He just posted this 3 hours ago on his Instagram. Not too much to say other than I hope he lands on his feet quickly, and he is an amazing talent. So any company that picks him up is going to reap the benefits of his
I'm
experience.
definitely hoping. I'm definitely hoping every Hasbro employee, once they started talking about being digital, started saving money.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to linger too much on that, but unfortunately, that is something that has just come up. But
David Vonner, hire that man.
absolutely, great comment there. And speaking of tea, real quick, just for everyone's awareness, Prime Day's coming up, July 8th through the 11th. So now from 2 days, it's 4 days. So keep an eye out on deals all over the place. Professor Soundwave, welcome. Let's see, Transformer stuff. What do we want to talk about?
Things that are more than meets the eye.
Yes. So let's just bounce right into the latest news, and then we'll round back out from things that happened later. Here we go. I hear there was a stream this week, and they showed off some new figures at order. Did you guys watch the stream at all?
Let's say new. I watched it. Just finally revealed by Hasbro things and up for pre-order.
Okay. Well, let's just scroll down and take some pics real quick, because I think the highlight of everyone was what we've already been seeing here for a while. We got this guy. Studio Series 86 Megatron is finally available for pre-order.
And this should be the colors.
What's that?
Said this should be the colors, not that bluish color that people were saying.
Oh, okay.
On the fins, I mean.
Well, let's see. He's $60, right?
Yeah, on Amazon. I was shocked.
On Amazon.
Everything else seems to be the same price, but the leader is $5 more, which is already was $15 higher than it should be.
And for $60, I should not be seeing that mushroom peg on his thigh.
Yeah. And this is the packaging.
He's mostly still covered in except that. And he's bigger than 86 Optimus. Well, taller.
Yeah. Not by much though, right? I mean, it's just
his packaging is ridiculous. They should have definitely had the weapons visible.
Yeah, not the greatest packaging. in
I agree.
Light of all this.
Those maybe they were afraid for people stealing the swords out of the package. I don't know, but I think it would, or at least center him in the window.
Yes,
exactly. You're hiding him, so you're not letting everyone see everything in there. And Hakoteki makes a good joke. You know, you can talk to it and hear the echo. Maybe you put it up to your ear, you hear the ocean or something. I don't know.
I mean,
they should have put the gun on it.
Did McFarlane design that box ratio?
Right. Now that you mention it.
Yeah. And we got a reissue of our Studio Series Grimlock and Useless Wheelie. Why?
Because a lot of people missed out.
Oh.
Well, he came out like damn near 4 or 5 years ago. So
he came out at least 5 years ago, because I think I was in the apartment when he came out.
This guy? Because he was in the most odd. Was it? I don't know if it's been 5. Maybe it was maybe 3.
Yeah.
Because what? The last one just came out was Swoop. Just came out last year, right? Or was it early this year?
Time is flying, old guy.
Yeah. Anyway, he's being reissued, and he is. What do we say he was?
It should still be 60.
He's $60 as well. You're right. Craziness. But yeah,
I thought he was part of Age of the Primes, but he is Studio Series.
Okay. And then we have I guess the first of 2 Studio Series Seekers. This is Thundercracker. This is the larger of the 2, right? For $35, and I don't know. This is what, Transformers 1, right?
No, that's Gamerverse.
Oh, okay.
War for Cybertron.
Yeah, War for Cybertron.
Oh yes, it says down there. Okay.
Is this the last one? Did we get Skywarp already?
I could not tell you.
I think Skywarp is in stores right now.
Okay. Well, you can't have, Thundercracker without where's he at? The leader of the Seekers who missed leg day.
That's the Transformers 1 version.
This is the Transformers 1?
Yeah.
They're all over the place, dude. It's thank goodness you guys are here to help keep me straight. But yeah, a little gappy there.
Better looking, it might not be so straight. I'm sorry.
Dave, you're gonna need some sleep.
And that's how you derail.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's a deluxe.
He's a deluxe. So that's what, 26?
20, depending on where you are, might be 25, 26.
But much like the leader class Megatron, you can still see that mushroom peg in his leg.
Yeah, he's got a few gaps here and there, to say the least.
Yeah, I think he has a somewhat complex transformation.
Yeah, looking at it here, I mean, what
jet mode
the
looks
legs
fantastic. That jet mode looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I like the way they looked in the movie.
Very
I
cool.
need to watch that again. I have not watched that again, and I really liked it.
Yeah. Well, we're finishing up. I believe these are the last two Constructicons we need, right? So we got
Yep.
Mixmaster coming in for 35, and you know, looks decent enough. Weapon.
Yeah, he has a $10 ratchet joint in his waist.
A $10 ratchet joint. Okay, and then we also have our last buddy here.
Scavenger.
Thank you, Scavenger. I was getting ready to say bone, and I knew that was going to be wrong.
He has the big diaper.
Yeah, dude. Like that's a bit of a wild take there. But I mean, I guess it's holding in that joint for the shoulder and everything. But I mean, ultimate looks good.
I do
it's fun.
love that every official version of him, they still do the feet the exact same way of the opening treads. It's like there was just no way around that.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. I think
It's just that little bit of throwback, you know.
Agreed. And then we have this person.
KSI Widow.
I knew
It
nothing
was
about this, so
the total. Here's what they said during the stream. The original figure or character that was going to be named Widowmaker wound up being Stinger in the movie, while this one, I guess they switched over the name to that. But Hasbro officially on the packaging right there didn't name it Widowmaker. They named it just Widow, KSI
yeah.
Widow, KSI drone. It's not a Decepticon technically, but Megatron controls them, so or Galvatron.
It basically it was the Bayverse version of Nightbird, the original Bayverse Nightbird.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Oh,
I almost
sorry.
forgot. I did get this blocky as well.
Oh, everyone's from the blockies, man. Everyone.
That's Mixmaster, right?
Yep.
Now those ones that they do the vehicles as well, right?
There's
Yeah.
a whole
that's the way
story
they
about
have
that one. We'll talk about. Ask me about that later.
Yeah, no worries.
There's a little bit of controversy going on with those.
And then we got these two.
Yay!
Yay!
Now
these are exclusives for San Diego Comic-Con, if I'm correct.
Now the one thing is, you know, there was a third-party version of the Bumblebee. There was a third-party version of the Prime. There was a third-party version of the Seekers. This is the first time that Megatron has been put to plastic. And of course, that Megatron wasn't even in the comic, if you ever read that back in the day.
Yeah.
He should be concept art Megatron.
Exactly. That's exactly what he was, because he wasn't even again, that Megatron wasn't even in the book. There was the Seekers. Again, I would have been all over if they actually made the Insecticons, because the Insecticons were in the book. And for some reason, Scourge was like independently, he was a Zeppelin. That was weird.
Yeah. I just
Somebody
remember
made Shockwave, right?
Yeah, Shockwave was an ironclad.
MMC made Shockwave as well.
Okay. So
I kind of like Bumblebee here, but I don't like. I'm probably not going to buy this.
yeah, I'm yeah. I mean, if Bumblebee's going to be the same size as the Prime train that was shown a couple weeks ago with Starscream, yeah, I'm safe. So, and guys, I did click on the beta thing that will show the comments down here, since it's a little easier to go back and forth and look at things. But that's the latest bit of reveals from this week from our Transformers team. What else do we have here? Transformers related, because it's all about Mariana.
All of this went up pre-order
Yesterday, right? Or today? Yesterday.
Or 2 days ago. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, let's see. You were mentioning something about watching watching Transformers 1, and that might be the only thing we get to see, because unfortunately Paramount's confirming that there's no sequel.
Which
Oh.
fucking
And stop.
I hate to say it, that was one of the reasons why I didn't. I mean, I wanted to watch the movie. At the same time, I didn't want to be invested in the movie because I figured it was going to be like X-Men. Whenever they get something good, they never give us an actual follow-up to it. It's like I don't want to be talking about what could have been, and they fucking did it.
It was a good standalone movie.
Yeah, that is one thing I will say, that at least it's written well enough where it's not leaving you completely as a cliffhanger. Though those after credit scenes just kind of make it a little more painful to read this. So it's unfortunate that stakeholders and people that count pennies over quality win out at times. So, but since we're talking about Meta, there is something really cool to discuss. And let me bring that up here. This is why I have 50 million things open at once. But hopefully this is a little rumor that's going to become a reality. They're talking about making another cartoon, and it's going to be based off the Skybound comic series, which, I mean, you guys have been reading some of that stuff at least, right?
Yeah, I finally read.
I will say this. It will. I mean, I know, ironically, because Kirkman's going to be works on this project. It would have to be much like how the Invincible cartoon is, because, dude, that comic is vicious. They do some shit to characters.
Yes, I agree with you. Skybound has really taken off. It's actually one of the most profitable comic series going today, and that's up against Marvel and DC, who's been facing struggles getting comic sales out. So this will actually be really cool. I mean, it's something that I was talking about with a couple other individuals, and sometimes I think Hasbro is missing a golden opportunity, leading into media, and especially with something hot right now like Transformers and the G.I. Joe comic series we're talking about here. So
Do you think
hopefully
they
this.
would change the name of it?
What's that?
Like make it like Energon Universe or something like that?
Well,
Well,
that's the
honestly, I would
whole.
just call it Transformer. I would just call it Transformers Skybound. I think that works.
Yeah, yeah. If anything, because I mean, or just leave it as Transformers and GI Joe as it is, and just it hints back at the Energon universe. But it's a good series of comics, to say the least. I think the one that Kirkman's working on now with Void Rivals, that one doesn't get as much love, but it's a very well written comic.
And
Um,
it's got some key shit going on in the universe right now.
it
It
does.
was they low key. I was very apprehensive about Void Rivals. I mean, I thought, okay, cool, it's a space opera. We're going to set it in the same universe, and all right, look, they're throwing a token transformer in there just to catch my attention. Okay, wait, hold on, what are you doing here, dude?
Hmm.
Hold on, back it up a little. That makes more sense. I mean, and again, this is just my emotional journey because I do not want to spoil any of it. Kirkman is low key like incredible for comics, and the fact that this man went from Walking Dead to Invincible to this space opera, and he does it so well. He does it like you would think he was writing this type of book the whole time. He really challenges himself to write these comic mediums.
Yes, and a follow-on news that just came out earlier today is that he is going to be writing the Transformers series starting with issue 25. So everything that you've been talking about in Void Rivals is even going to be tied closer to the main storyline here coming into the fall. So exciting news for
No,
comics fans. I mean, that's something I've actually enjoyed following.
but I haven't read Void Rivals yet. Do you think they would be able to continue without those characters? Because Hasbro doesn't own them, right?
Well, but there's in the Void Rivals book, there is something happening that's going to affect the rest of the universe. Is
Yes,
the
and
easy. I don't want to spoil it, but they're
well,
also. Oh, sorry.
go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, but they've also incorporated a lot of things of while the Transformers on Earth, Void Rivals shows what's kind of going on in the rest of the universe too.
Hmm. And I think there was something at Toy Fair that was shown, and I don't think it's a spoiler because it's up here on TFW 2005, and that's they were re-releasing the War for Cybertron series Jetfire with two 4-inch limited articulation characters of the two main characters of that comic line.
I think they're O-ring.
I think so. I mean, they know how to make them. So, yeah.
One thing, talking about spoilers, I finally read the first issue of Cobra Commander today, and I am completely shocked that I didn't know about what happened.
Oh,
And that,
Really?
yeah, I never got spoiled on that. I was shocked.
it's an amazing miniseries to say the least. I think you'll really enjoy it. And it's cool because it's only like 5 issues, but it sets everything up. Sets everything else up. If I can speak, another one I highly recommend after you read that one is the Destro miniseries. Fabulous,
Yes.
fabulous story.
Destro. Oh God, Destro is like. I mean, I'm not gonna speak ill of Larry Hama because we all know Larry Hama is the standard. But dude, it is the Destro is like the most GI Joe book I have read on so many levels. It is just everything you wanted a GI Joe book to be. The Destro miniseries absolutely does.
Yes. And we'll be
I'll read
talking
that
more
one
about
next.
that over the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. But I just want to circle back here. Do we see a new Optimus Prime? I know it's shocking. We don't have any more Optimus Primes, but this one is the Gen style or style Gen.
Yeah.
I guess this is more in line with I don't know. How do you guys describe Gen style?
It's Generations.
Generations?
It's a masterpiece Generations figure. But as you'll see through these pictures, they tried to incorporate every generation of Optimus into one figure. But it's mostly Earthrise Optimus if he was a masterpiece figure with Bayverse swords
Oh, okay.
and
Well, I saw.
unused Diaclone gun feature.
Oh, okay. So I can definitely see the alt mode. It reaches back again to the Generations release. And what was that? What was a third party company that made like this style of Prime? Was it
G
Generation Toy
Creations.
or G Creations? One of the two. I remember seeing.
I think it was Generation Toy that made the IDW one.
Yeah.
So actually, if you go to the IDW, if I remember right. Oh God, not. Dang it! They did Headmasters. They actually made. It was called Orion. Oh God, why am I blank? I have it. Oh my God, they did this. They did not Smart Robin. That was Fans Project. Oh God, I'm breaking. Why can't I think of it right now?
It'll come to you, man. Don't worry. Oh,
Toy World, Jay Getter. Thank you, Toy World. That was
Jay.
it.
Cool.
And that Orion was a great figure.
Waiting for Prime with Spider-Man Deco. Oh, Titan. That might actually happen. Who knows?
Mariano discussed something they showed on that stream that we didn't see in the post. They showed off the new Arachnid mold prototype. It looks awesome for a deluxe.
Okay. Well, if we have time, and I'll circle back and see if I can find something along that. But any interest in this generation style?
I regrettably am interested in it because it's Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And it comes with a lot of cool things. It's
Okay.
like the ultimate version, like I said, of Earthrise Optimus.
Wow. Very cool. Well, I'm going to close out, I'm going to cross the streams a little bit with the Transformers news and talk about what we didn't talk about earlier this month, and that was BotCon. That happened. You guys remember?
Oh right, that did happen.
It did happen. Now, I don't know. I didn't find anything with the third-party panel to discuss, but I know that there were, of course, convention exclusives, and I think we talked about them a little bit, but let's just. It was amongst ourselves. I don't think we actually brought it up, so I'm going to try to get those together real quick, and we'll start out with this big guy. I will say Ramen Toy's been making the rounds, so to speak, and this is his BotCon version of his 1/12 scale technique with figure. Kind of looks like someone that we know and some of us might love.
Neon Mega Tank.
Yes. So the figure itself looks pretty cool on that, and if I can zoom in, which I will do
It
here.
needs a sound chip that says Mega Tank Attack.
Yes.
But
that would have been awesome and trying to make it more worth it.
Now this figure came from, I don't know if this was a fan inspired thing or
Yeah.
what, but it was taking action figures and humans and Transformers and kind of merging it together. So this one is very reminiscent of Megatron, to say the least. So it's very cool. But
I didn't really pay attention to the news from there. I don't. Was he actually available? Because when I saw it at Toy Fair, it seemed far away from being ready to be done.
This is up here on Agavis's page, and it's set as a pre-order for $250. Who's in on
They
it?
didn't have any available to buy, right?
I don't think so. I don't
Oh,
think so.
about that soldier was far off. It was just a prototype.
Yeah, I think he was just painting that overall and going from there. But that's not the only thing that he had at BotCon. And let me get that up here. Where are you?
I got to touch all of this.
Did you?
Yeah. That Black Dead End, $200. I don't know about that.
What's that?
There
Yeah.
we go.
Why do we have a secondary chat on our screen?
Like I was saying, I put the beta up there so I can kind of bounce back and forth with the chat.
So yes, Professor Soundwave, we do need to have it.
Yep, it helps. It just helps highlight you guys a lot faster than clicking over and covering T-Man's beautiful face. But this was the other exclusive we have, and again, it's another amazing toy from Ramen Toy, and that is from their Makita line, which is their mask homage series. So we get a deep end decoed version of the Great White, which is, I forget the name of it was a shark on the mask cartoon. So again, pretty cool. If you were in on the Makita series and such, it was it's a beautiful vehicle. I mean, the deco on there with that, it looks like it has that metallic maroon paint and the matching stripe that goes down and meets right up with that fin when you transform it. Looks really cool. But
yeah, the prototype, even though it was just a prototype, it felt good quality.
yeah, I had the Thunderhawk in my hand briefly before it went to its proper owner, and it's a very, I mean, all his stuff is just really well made. And like I said, this is looking really, really nice. The flight stand in of itself is really cool. But as McLaren said, we're looking at, not that link, but we're looking at a $200 price tag for
Yeah.
their
1/24 scale.
I was going to say 1/44 or 1/24 inch scale figure and vehicle. So nice, but not in my collection view right now. So
agreed.
But I will say if there's more stuff, and if there was anyone that would have information about BotCon, I would say go to Deluxe Baldwin's channel, and he will probably talk about it more than anything else.
Yeah, and to our old asses, we're so old. When we had a 1/24 scale big car like that, it turned into a whole robot and it was only $20.
To say the least.
You're talking about the Dark of the Moon
alternators.
Oh, you're talking about the alternators. Oh, I was actually thinking about remember the Dark of the Moon
Yeah,
MechTech one?
Human Alliance.
Human Alliance. That's it. Yes.
That's right.
They were
Those
$30.
and they were worth every damn dime.
They were really
And
good.
they came with the human around the same size as these.
Exactly.
Oh, they didn't even have a picture of the Marissa, did they?
No, they didn't put one in with, or they didn't have it on the promo pictures of the female driver.
I'm not sure if you get both of them because they had two different drivers. One was just in a deco of Marissa.
Oh, I'm not sure. Like I said, maybe Deluxe talks about it on his channel. But leading into the title of tonight's stuff, we'll close out with like I said, the upcoming convention that is happening next month in this hot summer is TFCON Toronto. And with it being so close, I went onto their webpage, and there's, other than a couple of the guests they've talked about, like Bumper Robertson and Michael Evan Lee and Neil Ross, no exclusives have been revealed yet. So I don't know. Is that common? I can't remember. Like with TFCon and of itself, do they wait to the very last minute to show the exclusives?
Remember when we were up in Baltimore? Yes, they did. They did wait to the last minute. They announced like one or two. Then all of a sudden we had like, oh, by the way, we have. I think we knew about the blue, Grimlock, and that was and maybe I can't. I think the black and gold Sphinx. I think no, that was one of the surprise ones. Was the black and gold Sphinx. I think we knew about that one. I think maybe an MMC one, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, we have a tape. We have this. We have this. We have this.
Yeah.
So yes, they do wait to the last minute.
They do. They try to make it always a surprise. Like last time they had the different color Seekers from Make Toys.
Right, and that was TF Source. And then, like you're saying, MMC usually does some sort of repaint. What was the last one they did? Was it the lion cassette that was in the deco of the Black Lion from Voltron?
Yeah.
And I don't know what they did for TFCon LA earlier this year, but anyway. So we have that, and that's coming. It's going to be coming here, and then we got TFCon in Chicago, October, with David Kay, Darren Norris, and Charles Adler. But two of our most beloved voice actors are kind of struggling right now. One, Peter Cullen, we haven't really heard anything from him. He was supposed to be here in Baltimore last fall for TFCon, and then he had to cancel for health issues. It's been kind of radio silent, so hopefully, things are going well with him.
He is in his 80s.
That is true. That is true. But our other prime voice actor, Gary Chalk, I don't know if you guys, I didn't know about this till I actually looked it up. But
his cancer recovery?
Yes, I didn't even realize he was diagnosed with it. But yeah, he just finished his series of chemotherapy sessions, and supposedly there is no signs of the lymphoma, which is amazing. So, and
I've been following. They made a page for him on Facebook. I've been following that.
Okay, yeah, they said he's hoping to try to get back into the con scene by the fall. So, fingers crossed and a speedy recovery, and hopefully he rolls into Chicago here in October.
He's a little bit younger than 80.
This is
Michael
true.
Bell. When I saw Michael Bell at the TFCon, I think if you want to meet him, you definitely need to go to the next one. He looks 80 something.
Well, talking about media and homaging older stuff, let's roll into our action figure news, and we will definitely start talking about Shaft, or Agent Gomez 1975. This one kind of popped up really quick and went on waitlist really quick. It's cool, but not $125 cool. At least in my
When
opinion.
you get all the other stuff, it's like one.
That might be the new Mezco standard right now.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was balking when Woodford came out for 116, and then what was it? The crab guy came out for that same price, and now we got this Gomez popping up, and with taxes and shipping, I put him in my cart. He was going to be $159 to get him, and that was a little too much for my blood at the time. But I mean, it's cool.
I love that jacket.
Yeah,
I love that half jacket.
and it's the Gomez body we're so used to. We know how it moves and everything, but the cool thing is like the flocking upon the Gomez head is really really neat. But oh, sorry about that.
The coolest thing I thought about this promo is they made the Mezits actually like a canon thing.
Mm.
Like they were actually moving and doing stuff in the like they're not just an optional toy you get.
Oh, you mean the little dude?
Yeah,
the little
they were
Mezzies on the
actually interacting with the other characters. And
bottom.
but me personally, I just rather they just gave him a black person's head and made it a new character like they did Tangerine.
Well, that's what I'm looking here. I don't know if they changed the
Yes.
sculpt a little bit with the mustache. I mean, I don't know if that has actually they resculpted a little bit with the head, because it obviously while this is flocking, the flocking can't be that big, that thick. So I wonder if they did sculpt a new head for this, because especially when you see these lower lips and the teeth.
The eyes look. I don't think. I think that's a whole new head. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is this bug looks like one bad mother. Anybody? Come on.
Funky guy, man. He's a funky, cool guy, to say
You're
the
supposed to tell me
least.
to shut your mouth.
I'll get the knockoff.
So we have that, but also, if wish Matt was here for this, but Jada Toys finally announced Wave 3 of their Mega Man series. A lot of people are clamoring and clapping, saying this is the Mega Man they wanted from the start.
Now these cost more, but these are physically larger figures too. There is more plastic to them.
Yes, this
Mega
is now,
Man is unfortunately the same price as them, but he comes with a whole actual character and two heads.
This got an extra head, yes. But yeah, but $29.99 is the new going price for all three of these figures. But I mean, if you've had, go ahead.
I was gonna say, remember, Sagat and Blanca were also more too for Street Fighter. So I think it's the idea of they're just doing premium waves.
Yeah, these are all deluxes because they're bigger and they couldn't be $20.
But I'm really kind of, I like Bubble Man's bubble. I think that's it's just clear plastic, but it looks really cool, and I love it. I mean, I love the colors of this guy anyway. It's really neat.
Woodman, I just think he looks creepy with the flesh tone hands.
Let me get to where's the wood guy. Here you go, coming. Like you're saying,
I like the wood guy's power effect. His power effect.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yes, that is really cool, and I like the alternate head with the yelling on there. So yeah, did you guys already get pre-order these?
I didn't get the last wave.
I just have Mega Man. That's Mega Man's all I needed, and if they do, what's his name, Zero?
Mm-hmm.
And if they do any of the Mega Man X characters, like
You
Guile and such,
Proto,
I'll be all
Proto
over.
Man.
Proto Man, yes.
Now if they do
Rush.
Gosh, yes, I was blanking on his name until you said it. That'd be another great thing.
Yeah, Rush could be definitely be a deluxe because they could have him with the spring in his back. I don't know if they would make him transform actually into the sled.
Yeah, or
And
also
they can break apart and become the I think he became a rocket, like a mech suit for Mega Man.
I don't know. I lost track of all the different.
I have never, and Matt has, but I've never beat one of the original NES Mega Man. That first game is like, I'm pretty sure I couldn't beat it back then, and now that I own it on Nintendo, like it is, I'm old. My reflexes aren't what they used to be.
I've never played. I played one when I was 8 years old, and I didn't even make it through the first level. And I said, I'm never playing this again.
I do not blame you. They probably scared you off of platformers forever. Just like Ghosts and Goblins. I've never beat the first level of Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh, that was my jam when I was younger. But saying things that hopefully didn't scare you away. We got another set of Mayfex reveals, and it's quite a range of characters.
A lot of these are exclusives. That's the problem. So we can show these off, but I don't know if we're going to get access to most of these. This one,
Okay.
I believe we should, which is cool that we're getting an Edward Furlong.
Yes. The only thing distracting with him is John's hair is really perfect. It's combed over just right. It looks a little too, I don't know, not realistic. But I mean, it's there a good 2-pack, and Arnold is fucking awesome looking.
Oh wait, he's not going to come with the motorcycle?
No, he doesn't come with a motorcycle, but he does have. Let me get to the faces here.
No, if they're through 1/12 scale, he might be able to fit on Maisto Harley, I guess.
Exactly. I just think he just does not come with enough guns. I mean, I know I've got enough scaled weapons, but I have the ultimate T2 from NECA, and that is absolutely my favorite Terminator figure. The one that comes with the freaking the Gatling cannon, the over the the shoulder bag. I tried to get T-Man to buy that. I know he bought it and he never opened it. It's so
I did.
T-1000. I mean, you think they captured the face well enough?
Yeah, it probably will look better in person too.
Yeah. Now, I think his accessories are just perfect. In regards to, like, you're getting the prongs here, and this is actually a separate torso with the bullet effect pieces here, and then of course he wants to give you the finger and tickle you. So
kill somebody's foster parents.
Yep.
No, that's the whole hand went through that.
Oh yeah, the knife.
And that was actually when it was what's her name, the actress who played Vasquez was playing John Connor's stepmom.
She was a mother. That's right.
That was the call.
Why do I know these things?
Because T2 is a good movie, Dave, and it's in your head because it changed your entire life.
Did you get the DVD that had all the damn special features on it?
No
McLaren, no milk jug. Just 2 fingers, 2 extended fingers of different lengths.
You're gonna have to buy one of those the mini things from Ross.
Absolutely. Now the heads, the only one that kind of freaks me out is this one here where it's all split and stuff. It just, I don't know, a little odd. I think that's the weakest one. I love this look here where he's, you have him leaning down more and there's more of that shadow underneath his eyes.
Robert Patrick, he said that his inspiration for when he was walking around was to be like a bird of prey, of being just single tasked, always just looking forward for his target.
I think he did it well. We also got a reissue of the Scarlet Spider. Colors are a little more supposedly comic accurate, even though they're a little darker, in my opinion.
The first one didn't have any shading on it. This one is totally shaded on that, and the spider emblem is a little different on the soft goods.
Yeah, this one is actually comic accurate, where the first release it was, I guess, I forget the entire shape of it, but it's really cool, and I agree with you. Like, the shading does create a lot more depth in making the figure look cool.
Why didn't they shade the jacket? The hoodie? Sorry.
What was that?
I said, why didn't they shade the jacket?
That was soft good. Yeah. They could have weathered it, but
you'd have to dye it.
And then we also have our next release of Miles Morales. This
is a re-release.
It is another re-release? Okay.
This is a re-release. This is basically an adult version of Miles. That was from, I can't remember if it was like a What If comic or just... So that's why he's taller, bigger, and, well, much more mature looking in the face.
Yeah, definitely has more of that God, I got to pay taxes and bills now, face. So
The next video game, he should be an adult. Well, he was
yeah.
already like an inch taller than Peter, I think.
Well, and then we get another Batman. Everyone wants another
That's
Batman.
what we needed.
And that one, now that one is an exclusive. So that one
Okay.
is not going to be readily, is not going to be like on Big Bad or anywhere else. So,
And it looks like. Go ahead, please.
I was going to say it's just a recolor. This was released previously in blue.
Yeah, I think this is the Nightfall Batman, which I have it sitting somewhere in my hoard. But
That's not Hush.
no, not Hush, because Hush would have been enveloped with a cape that was more like a wedding dress train than anything else.
Yeah,
This one is
I hated that.
much more proportionate cape, and doesn't come with all the different accessories. It basically just has the Batarang. But then we close out with our other exclusive, which is the Bloody Homelander. So cool. If you're a fan of the boys and you had the first one, you'll definitely want this as well. The faces scare the bejesus out of me.
Mhm.
They are pretty intense.
Yeah. So that's those guys. And what else? Oh, how could I forget this one? Because it is pretty hot. It's been a hot topic this past couple days.
Is it me fix or mom fix?
It's supposed to be Ma Effects. Oh God, hey, how can we not talk about this?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is
SH
the
Figure.
release that sent some shockwaves when it first came out, and then it's getting interesting on the analysis of this.
Yes, I turned on the 3POA and I was like, damn, y'all making me not want. I'm like, they're
They-
noticing things I never, ever noticed. And I looked at these pictures. I was like, wow, I didn't notice any of this.
Yeah. I mean the face, I think someone last night on Art's stream was like, it looks like he's swallowing a rubber ball, or he has a big wad of bubble gum in his mouth.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Somebody put a picture. I don't know if y'all saw this. They had hot dog rolls and put it around their neck. Then they put a hot dog roll with a hot dog in it with looked like it had ketchup coming off. Be the
Oh,
visor.
for the no, I didn't see that. But this is the image that shook the toy world for this week.
Stupid, sexy Cyclops.
Yes, we got a spicy meatball right here. A lot of comments about SH Figure Arts engineering design here for the hips.
Yeah, they have definitely been using Transformer style joints for the hips.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of conversation. It doesn't mean change much for me if I was interested in getting this, but it's too SH Figure Arts is too small in regards to the scale that I like to keep my collection at.
That's the biggest thing. It is the scale more than anything else. Now that we're making fun of the thong, gotta say it.
Right here.
But all the Figure Art Spider-Man figures have that. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
common thing.
a lot of people don't like that. It doesn't. I think it looks worse on Spider-Man, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they do that on the. I think Naruto has the same type of hips, but this Deku doesn't have that style. He has a regular butt.
He does.
This thing has crazy articulation.
Yeah. But can he do? Whoops! Did I just drop that? I did. I am an idiot. Sorry, guys. Let me bring that back up here. But can he do a karate chop across
Well,
his
that's what he does right when you're hitting the super. That's not the karate. That's just the pose he hits before doing the optic blast.
Like, before we move away from this is the main thing where they had something on here I did not notice. And it's how you could see his whole butt right there.
Oh, down here?
Yeah, because of the way it works, you can see his butt.
I use my hand right here. That's right here.
underneath of his legs, which is weird. I'm like, oh no, I wonder what that looks like.
Plastic of Doom. I wish you would. I wish I would have known, man. I had a spare one that I picked up earlier this week, but she
Which
went
guy?
to another
Oh,
owner. But
I have the previous re-release Rogue in my basement, still wrapped up. I mean, still in the package.
yeah,
The
I still
one
have
that
mine.
was the re-release of the Juggernaut wave.
Yeah, I
I can
still have
kind
that.
of get him in that pose, but he has these big ass glove things on his hands.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of most of the current stuff that I had pulled out, and I just want to let's kind of roll into some more of our topic for tonight. And like I said earlier here, it's been hot in Maryland and all up and down the eastern coast, but we did have a very busy weekend last weekend, and we're having another one this weekend. And last weekend we had JoeFest, and there was a lot of really cool items that were shown. And let's see if I can bring up some of that stuff right now, if I remember to link everything. So without going through too much, Operation Monster Force and Big Bad Workshop came out swinging with their season 3 part 2, which I will say is good and bad because they are notorious for showing things, but we're still waiting on wave 2 of Monster Force as well as the reissues of wave 1. But some of their images they showed, including this really gnarly looking Gatling gun Sasquatch, looks pretty cool.
Oh,
They've been
donut.
showing they showed the prototype for this back in JoeFest 23 when I actually went down to Augusta.
Wow.
But now we're getting a little more information, a little more images and stuff, and showing some more of the accessories. But that's I think it's kind of cool. It's definitely
Now
outside the box.
Now the Sasquatch here is supposed to be on the War Bear body, if I recall, from Metzi Toys.
Oh, okay. I can definitely see the forms and stuff because you had the war bear, right?
Yes, don't you?
I had the panda,
You have
yes.
the panda. But yeah, it's the
But I mean, yeah, same articulation and stuff. So, and that kind of goes along with their Kilowog, which was the veteran William. But now we're getting female figures as well, and Red Riding Hood is looking pretty badass.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, it's a really nice setup. So I'm
Now
just
they're about to grab me unless she's $90.
well, if anything else, we're seeing with the rest stuff, she's going to be close to 40. I'm betting by the time that things come up. And then we also have
I
the
mean,
orders. Oh, go ahead.
I like the gear. Am I frozen?
Nope.
No.
Nope. You're fine.
If you are, we at least hear you.
Yeah. Are we
I see you
frozen in here?
moving.
I mean, I love her gear. That weapon, it's interesting. That one bladed weapon is like the one that was in the Castlevania animated series.
This one
Yeah,
right here,
that.
this big throwing star. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the
Like
grenade and the. Oh, I'm sorry, I overtalk you.
Oh
Go
no,
for it.
just again, you mentioned the grenade, and I like those blunderbusses. I mean, she looks badass. That might be one of the few I might actually get, but again, it's just their price point. If that's a true soft goods cloak on there, I probably will get her.
It better be.
Yes. Well, I'm not
You
done
know what?
showing off.
If it would have been cool if she had a basket and some of the weapons could fit in there.
That would be because that's one of the things. Like I said, we keep always asking for, and I know you talk about it. You both talk about it in your videos is weapon storage. So, but we also have the Order of Joan of Arc. So, if anyone ever wanted a militarized nun, they got you covered. So,
Somewhere out there, somebody's kink was just unlocked.
Yeah. You got multiple of her and team her up with somebody crazy, like the
yes,
Joker, something like
and
that.
then we have these really cool 3D digital renders of Agent Harker, which she looks really badass. I like the the asymmetric holster here in the back, and then she's got her stakes. So definitely putting her with Van Helsing. And then we also have Miranda Seek. She
Yes,
looks really.
this is the one. I didn't see the previous females, but this was the one I saw, and I was like, I want it.
Yes. She looks badass. Like this, I love the sculpt. I'm curious to see what weapons they would give her. So
She has the thing that Dave loves.
what's that?
Heel.
Heels.
Symmetry?
High heels.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
High heels.
I
Yeah,
hate that despise.
but she's
It
definitely.
looks like she has flat front toe.
I don't care. I see high heels on a figure. I'm done. Just I ain't buying it. I don't care. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know if we got a bot or not, but or
Yeah.
someone just got their kink out. I don't
Well,
know.
Daniel Evans, Mazel Tov.
Everything for you there, buddy. Let's see. What else did they show that I can bring up here real quick?
Did you guys catch the review? Have you guys been catching those reviews for both the Storm Arenas and the Burning Hammer figures?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I put both of them in the chat, man. Jay Hernandez got his hands on both the Storm Arena Ken as well as the Burning Hammer Master Lee and the Montez. Basically, their version of the Last Dragon. Those figures look absolutely amazing. I am absolutely in on both lines.
Yeah, I did watch the Montez.
Yeah, I remember seeing. Now that you mentioned, I do remember seeing Jay's review. I know The Amazing did one as well and such. But we got another thing. Staying on Big Bad Workshop, we have our first figure of the new Cops and Crooks lineup for pre-order, and it's again harking back to the Cops cartoon. We have Bulletproof. So I don't know if you guys ever had these toys when you were younger or not, but
Nope, I watched the cartoon. I don't even know if I don't even remember the toys at all.
No.
Oh, the toy.
I
The whole gimmick with the
don't
toys.
remember the cartoon.
The gimmick with the toys is that the cops had caps, so all their weapons were cap guns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep, and they all had their own special gimmick, especially the crooks. Obviously watching the cartoon and stuff, the mobster with the guns in his chest, Bulletproof
Buttons
here has.
McBoom Boom. I will never forget him.
There you go. And then who was the boss? Was it Big Boss?
Big Boss.
That was his name? Big Boss?
His name was Big Boss.
All right, well, look at that. Something works in here tonight. I don't know.
Does Hasbro still own the license?
That was a question that was being asked off and on. I don't have an answer, man. I
was talking about this in another chat. He has something going on that creeped me, seems like a nightmare since I was a little kid. When I saw like Cyborg for the first time when I was little, and I saw that he had like a real side of one face and part of a leg, but the crotch area is robotic. Like, no, just kill me.
Didn't work for you, huh? But my only concern, and I think it's something similar we have with what we're just saying with Monster Force, is if they're going to do this, are they going to make all the figures, and how long is it going to take to get them in hand? We know that they are
forever.
Not the fastest group. So while it's cool,
they're only showing one guy, that should scare people already.
Yeah. So I will be cautiously hopeful for them, but it's not one that I'm going to be jumping out to grab from the start. And I was trying to bring up something else. Multitasking sometimes.
So you think they're trying to do like a Mezco schedule thing where they just release one guy, then 6 months later they release the next guy?
I don't know. I have no clue. But if we're talking about releases and stuff, and we talked about them earlier, but Ace also had some other pre-orders available that are up on his channel now, or not his channel, his channel. He's talked about it, but also his website, and it's Wave 2 of the Aces of Aviation, and these are all really cool little recreations of some popular characters from a popular movie from our youth and such.
That guy looks cold as ice.
Yeah, man. I agree. He's really, really close to someone. I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know, but he'll be your Huckleberry.
And let's see, who else we got in the wave? Hard Deck.
That joke that writes its own. That writes its own jokes.
So that we have this guy. Sides of Iron. I don't know. I can't make I'm not you, Dave. I can't make the good jokes right now with it, but we also have the Commander showing himself here. He's very scary. Scared. But yeah, these are really cool. I don't know. Do you guys ever have your hands on the first wave of figures?
I'm not, because I have no need for that in my collection. It's not like I have jets for them to go to, and
yeah, they're cool. My friend Marco has still let me borrow his first wave. They're neat, to say the least, but there's also an all-in early bird here for $550. You get 12 figures, including a chase figure, which could be a figure that we might have seen
Like to go on cruises.
Possibly. Yeah, you could take him on a cruise if you want. Buzzing towers and whatnot,
But is he going to be shorter than the other characters? Is the question.
No.
I don't know, but I don't know, but I think if I get them in my hands, it's going to take my breath away.
In the movie, he was probably their height.
So, but as always, Ace was not without multiple items, including this one here.
If you're patient, you can probably get a $600 jet.
Yeah. But to go along with what we saw with BotCon, he also had another variant of the shark. This one,
I like that
literally
one.
looking like a shark.
King Shark's a shark.
And it kind of goes along with, of course, pop culture. We're going to be talking about the 50th anniversary of Jaws, which is kind of cool. I loved it. But yeah, this is a nice deco for this vehicle, and you can get it pre-order right now for $180 if you wish.
Eesh.
So, and then of course he had his tanks and whatnot there. Those are going to be coming out here soon, of course. And I think I mentioned earlier, I showed D13 had some cool exclusives. The Collegiate Legend guys, or Collegiate Legend guys had the army figure that you can get early. But it was, seeing some of the content being shown over the last weekend was pretty cool. But like I said, we got one more big summer one that we're going to be talking about that's actually going to be happening this weekend, and that is down in Texas, with the DFW G.I. Joe show. Some fans of a toy line call it Valicon, but we are going to be looking at some stuff. But there are some things available now for you to purchase, and that is he has got his second shipment of Vanguards back in, and
at a lower price.
The price is very sweet, I might add. So the original came out, they were $185, and now you can get them basically for $125.
I've been knowing about that damn muddy one.
What's that?
I did that. The good. If you do not own a Vanguard, get that freaking muddy one. You have no reason not to.
I agree with you. I have this one right here, and the mud. The only areas that look a little too digital print deco is basically on the fenders on that gray, but the mud on the tires, the underbody, everything else, cherry. And kind of to go with that, he also announced that the upgrade kits that he talked about last DFW are now in stock, which we have the Halls. So, and it's heavy armor. Okay, heavy armor upgrade loadout. So this is the combination of the brush guard, the cow catcher. Oops. Let me get some other things here that you can combine together and make it look pretty badass. And extra doors and such that these
Have
little
you
armor plates pop out, and you can put the M240 in the notch on the door, so you can actually have a literal door gunner, not just the guy in the back. And then we have this armor
repainted
plate.
any of these yet, Mike?
Say again.
Have you repainted any of these?
Have I repainted any Vanguards yet? No. I'm still fixing or coming up with a fix for the ones that I received that have the broken axle. And that's a question, a lot of people are asking is, all right, well, the second batch is coming through. Are they going to be better protected? So I know one of the common issues we had
Thank you.
was the axles, specifically the back passenger side, would break on some people.
For the
So
people who don't know, like the way it comes packaged, it's almost like the car is just in a box, and that's it. No
yes,
padding. It's just in a box with plastic around it.
and I'm trying to find something. Here we go. And in addition,
Unlike Hasbro, the wheels are already attached.
yes, everything is pretty much put together because he's got pins going into the axle itself. But I have one other thing I wanted to kind of show. Excuse me in my throat. Good grief. But he also announced, I remember when you said about the 3POA, he also announced the exclusive that's going to be available starting tomorrow, and that is the Praetorian Fury. This thing is pretty badass looking. Before people come in and say, well, it's another repaint, it is more than just that. It's a smart one because it's a fact that he is using an Android body, which it basically prints itself in regards to variations you can do. But this one has the most accessories in any Valaverse product in regards to just the total number. We're looking at this image here, which is the dual flamethrowers and backpack that this Fury is going to have, and it's a really cool green, a dark green and a black with this neon green accent pieces for the magazines and the backpack
I love this figure. I
things. It
fucking
looks.
love this figure.
Oh,
You were
and
talking about the repaint. We're about to have 6 different bats.
oh, but yes. Now, but you can't say that out loud. But yes, you're right. I mean, and it's not. I don't blame Hasbro for that either. The bat
No.
is an android. It's a tool. Why not have as many varieties as you can for your army? In addition to the 2 flamethrowers, you get 2 newly sculpted miniguns, which are fucking just they're neat. I love them, and the fact that these don't, but the flamethrowers have grips on them as well, so you can move it you can move it onto other figures. So, but we got blast effects for both weapon sets. He does come with his other shield effects here in a really cool neon green. Kind of.
Is it the deluxe?
Mm-hmm.
It is a deluxe
Yes.
figure, and for the convention, the cost, and I say the convention just because this is when it's going to be first available, but it's $40, which is to me it's a steal to say the least.
Does
Excuse
it
me.
come with the sword still, or any other guns?
No,
No.
it does not. It
No.
does not come with the. It does not come with the swords or the swords this time,
But
but
I think it still has the crystal on the side, right?
it does. Yeah, it does. Let me bring up this other image. I closed it out too fast. Sorry about that. But here is the complete loadout of accessories on it. So
But
again, the
you
dual
do still get
flamethrowers.
regular guns.
You do get the AR. Again, that's why he still has the magazine storage on the side, and he does have that same pistol, but you're getting the 4 ricochet effects for the shields. You're getting the same bullet casing discharge effect that we got with Bone Collector 2.0. And you're getting the same flame effects from the weapons pack
This is
India.
worth it. This is worth it. But it's like 2 different backpacks.
Yeah, you get 2 different backpacks.
And in theory, because those flamethrowers have their own independent grips, you could put those and give them to a big character like Atlas or Bone Collector and have them be a dual flamethrower or even a swarm trooper.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there is, in true Valaverse fashion, there is an exclusive. So there are 100 versions of this product that instead of having yellow flames, it's going to have blue flames.
Which you know what? That's how you do it, because I could care the damn less about that. It's none of. I still want that damn clear one, but this is like I'm cool with that. If I don't get that, I'm happy with it. Also, Mike, I don't know if you knew the like on the Gatling cannons, I believe the actual barrels are removable and interchangeable with the ones from the other Gatling gun, so you can actually make either style.
I can't wait to try it out. I cannot wait to do that swap and make sure it fits. And I know what you're going to say, T, because it's something that you mentioned in your race. We already how they're going to be attached onto the Praetorian. We still have those friction pegs that go into the forearms.
Yeah.
You know, I know you're not a big fan of those. Hopefully those get fixed, especially for
No, the flamethrower at least has a handle.
Exactly. So, but yeah, newly sculpted backpacks. I mean, the new weapons systems overall. It's a cool exclusive.
The flamethrowers, that's gonna be not flame. That never mind. Oh wait, no. I'm looking back to the Gatling guns. Have that heavy blast effect, so that's going to be even more weight than the swords.
Yep. So, you know, again, hopefully everything balances out. We got the weapon, or the rounds that go into the bottom of the drums here for the backpack that attach to the Gatling guns. It's a cool item. I'm sure it's going to be snagged up this weekend. But in true fashion, he'll probably have this up on the website maybe in August or something like that.
He's been
Hopefully.
very good. I don't think I've missed a single exclusive that he's offered.
And that's the cool part. I mean, you know, it's not like when we had the Nemesis and Immortal that was hard to snag. We did have
Target, anything from fucking Target.
Yes. No, we won't talk about that because you you talked about that 2 weeks ago.
Sorry.
Sorry,
I'm still bitter.
It's okay to be bitter. I totally get it. But we'll also have the Valaverse panel. I think that's on Sunday. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a week for that because if anything else, like last year, it's going to be tight-lipped across the board until he decides to show the stream the following week. So we'll see what we hear. But Series 6 should be the villains wave. I'm hoping for some cool stuff. I know that our friend Quentin J. Bedwell has been frantically making artwork for the series. But yeah, this is like the prime. These are the prime conventions for the summer, and it's kind of exciting where we had that lull with everything, and it's definitely been a chaotic year to say the least, with between tariffs and getting stuff out. Yeah. Oh, I don't have this link, Titan, but you're talking about the little subjects in Mask, and they're going to have a exclusive. What is this exclusive Rhino?
When did they come out? A lot of the things I saw at Toy Fair came out already, except that and the Popple. I've been looking for a little Popple keychain.
The Popple keychain?
Yeah, they had like some really small Popples.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like if it's going to be the Rhino, I wonder where the deco, if it's going to be a specific deco. I don't have anything popping up here. Oh, wait. Let's bring this up. Sorry. won't be hitting too many more things. We'll just kind of we'll be closing up here soon. But yep, here is the STCC reveal. Is going to be well, it says June 24th, but I don't remember seeing this per se. But yeah, the Rhino. If it's going to come with T-Bob, you can throw T-Bob in the fucking trash. I hated that droid with a passion. So
I hated that character. I was just like, this
yeah,
show could have been so much cooler if they weren't in there.
yeah, I get it though. I mean, trying to get kids in there and sell the toys, it worked.
They got. I didn't need it. I was a kid. I didn't need T-Bob. I just needed to see cars turning into battle modes, chasing each other around, and then not some freaking kid being damsel in distress and totally wrecking the vibe of the battle I was about to get.
Absolutely. But yeah, we're gonna get some new stuff. No, we didn't talk about that professor, but I'll get to that. We got some cool, we had some cool things coming out, and again, this is still Yojo June, and we'll just talk about it now. You guys saw the unboxing from Hasbro on the Rattler, and some people in California are already getting their boxes. So yeah, I think the biggest criticism or feedback I've read about so far is how the wing attaches to the fuselage. It's basically one big ratchet, and there's some concern about fatigue over time or degradation. So I don't know, but I mean, looking at the unboxing and the figures, Baroness looks freaking gorgeous.
Yes.
For those that get her and such. I mean, she's in heels, just FYI.
I'm aware.
But yeah, and you did you order, Dave?
I do have a Rattler, yes.
Okay.
I've been in on every Joe HASLAB. The only one I'm very hesitant about the next perspective one that's supposed to be cut, if the rumors are true.
Right, which we will find out on the 30th. Supposedly they're going to have another fan stream, and that's when we'll talk about it and
And we mean it this time.
speculation. Hopefully, God forbid there's nothing else that that disrupts us, because I don't think society can handle much more right now.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean the Rattler is going to be the next big thing. Are you getting your space prep, Dave? Or are you going to be?
Yes, I am actually. The only place I can think of is a coffee table I have down here. I don't want to put holes in my ceiling. I don't want to do actually, because of that wing issue, I don't want to hang them from the ceiling by those wings. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes.
What about you, T? Do you have are you getting one?
I am not. The main thing I wanted was that Baroness.
Yeah.
But I don't know where to put some of the stuff I have sitting in here. Like I got this thing right here in the background because of my Guile review. But other than that, it's like, if you can see what I'm looking at right here, anxiety.
Too much, huh?
Yes.
Well, that's kind of what we got. I mean, and then I guess closing out the summer, we've got some other ones that aren't really as mainstream, but we have the Toy Tuber Expo in August up in New Jersey, and then ToyCon New Jersey has a second showing, which will have another Valaverse exclusive at the end of September. So I plan on hitting both. So we'll see what's going on. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got, guys. Hopefully I was up to the level of our usual excellence. So Dave, thanks for letting me run the wheel for tonight. Hopefully I didn't.
Thank you very much, because my ass has been kicked. I appreciate it on more levels than you realize.
Well, that's why we're all here doing stuff together, man. But what do we got going on? Anything with you guys this weekend as we close out?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Saturday. We're doing
that's right. Go ahead.
Meetup. Meetup at Bar Louie. What was it, like 1 or was it 11 to 4 or something like that? Anyway, Jordan posted on Facebook and several different places But in White Marsh, Bar Louie, I believe it started at 11. If you wanted to come there with different action figures or something you wanted to sell, maybe somebody want to buy it from you, everybody's going to be bringing some stuff to look at so that other people can mess with it. So it's like a big giant play date for a bunch of grown kids.
And Bar
And you can
Louie,
buy food while you're there.
I was going to say, Bar Louie is quite familiar with us showing up with shopping bags full of toys and taking over a table. And, you know, we got some cool, we actually had some cool conversations with people. So,
other than that, I'm going to be reviewing these.
Yeah. All right. And Dave, you mentioned you got some stuff you already have some stuff up this week, but anything else you got planned?
Hopefully I can try to get the my gun girl from Roman Cal Key review up. Ooh. And of course I got plenty of things in the pipeline coming in. You know, Hasbro's shipping me stuff slowly, and so I'm trying to get better at it. The only thing that's been stopping me lately has just been my energy from work, but I'm trying to keep my channel going to as much momentum as we can. So please keep your eye on that one. I want possibly even try to do some more live streaming if I can on there. And it's just this is the year we're trying to get this going. So
and we can also catch you pretty much every Tuesday on Figure Fight Club's open mic nights.
That is true. Yes, I know I've been mentioning a lot. I just try not to. I know I've been some people. One person's asked me if I was more on that than here, and that really took that to heart. And no, I'm not. This channel is my priority. It always will be. Right. So never forget that.
But you're also a member of this toy community, and if there's a chance to get together and talk about toys, why not take advantage of it? I mean,
God, yes. So that case, then I'm also open for bookings too, just to talk shit.
There you go. Like I said,
as far as this channel, I know it seems like, or it feels like, more people than normal. So thank you, and I hope you guys click like while you're here.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Thank you for guys in the chat. Mariano,
I'm watching in the background right here. That's what I'm looking at.
I know. I love that little feature because we can see a lot of interaction going on. Mariano, I didn't get a chance to ask you for dinner options tonight, but I'm sure it was yummy. And I'm glad to hear that you got your Tony the Tiger that we had as a giveaway here on the channel.
Yeah.
That's something else I'm not gonna say all of us are in that, but I'm gonna do my best to try to bring some more toy fun into here. We can try to give away some more items.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, again, liking and sharing is great. We definitely love getting more eyes onto the channel. We've been at that 850 mark for a while. We've been doing this for a long time. We just need to hit that sweet spot of 1,000 subscribers. So if you can help us out with that by sharing the stream, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. But that's enough of my rambling, guys. We closed out another awesome Thursday. We're getting ready for some awesome content over the weekend and hopefully a drop in the temperature here in the East Coast. Yes. But everyone, thank you guys so much. And we will catch you again next Thursday, 9 o'clock here on the FigureAction podcast. So bye, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Be seeing you.
I see what you did there.